Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Forgotten Camel, and welcome to Men of War Assault Squad 2 using Robz Realism Mod. Now today, I know it's been a while. My videos have been on hiatus, mostly because of school, and I've had a very bad cold recently. It's actually been so bad that I've really had trouble even getting to the bathroom, but I'm enduring it right now to finally get a video up because I finally managed to finish this. It took me too long to finish, and I wanted to change it a bit because there are some things I figured wrong. So this is the Battle of Dunkirk, and I was trying to make it as accurate as possible with a side alternative of the Germans immediately going after the British. But obviously, looking at this, it kind of doesn't look like they would have immediately gone there. It actually looks like they've been bombarded for at least a day or so. Excuse me. In case some of you don't know, the Battle of Dunkirk was a very major loss for the British. However, they managed to successfully bring 400,000 British troops home, or evacuate 400,000, more than 400,000 British troops. However, they left a lot of tanks, artillery, and weaponry behind, which is the reason why it was such a huge loss. Eventually, they did win the war, obviously, but what would happen if the Germans immediately gone into there? Obviously, this looks like they haven't immediately gone into there, unfortunately. But let's just pretend. So the British are very, very well entrenched. Extremely well entrenched. The Germans have been bombarding them as best as they possibly can. And the British are just very, very well dug in. However, this final push should probably stop the British, or at least all the British, from escaping. I believe if the Germans had immediately engaged the British at Dunkirk, there would be an estimated 48,000 British troops to have been successfully evacuated. It's not too much, but it probably would have helped in the war. Excuse me, my nose is like really stuffed up. It's making it really hard to talk. But if the Germans had really attacked, the British would be forced to either surrender or to fight with their backs to the wall. So that would maybe cause the battle to last for 2 or 3 days, perhaps, probably about that long, and that would cause heavy casualties on both sides until the British were to surrender, and it could change the tide of battle for the British. It could. I'm not too sure. Most of the British who fought actually started fighting in Africa, as far as I can tell. At least doing a quick lookup. I think some of them did engage in the battle in France and Germany, probably Normandy as well. But I don't really know if it would have actually changed the course of the war. It would change it slightly, but I'm not sure that the Germans would actually win, given Hitler's track record. I'm not sure that that Germany would still win, but the war itself would probably last longer. So enough with my little explanation. We're going to go ahead and start this battle. Of course, there are a lot of tanks. I tried to make it as very accurate to the history as possible, except for the SAS. I don't believe they were there at the time, but I make the weaponry and such. I've made it as accurate as possible, and so this will be the final stand of this British army. There's these guys. I can see their little glowing cells. I don't want that. So we will start from right over here, because that's where it's going to start. there's going to be a bombardment right before the Germans attack. So looks like that German bomber managed to successfully take out this tank over here. Wow, no mercy for the dead. Of course, that's the Germans bombarding. That's going to take out quite a few British troops. So a lot of... Yeah, that's the artillery. So right about now, the Germans should be engaging. I don't know which side to look at. Let's try and look it over here. Okay, here comes the German tanks. I decided to let the German tanks come in first. I didn't want them to... I didn't want the infantry to immediately come in. Mostly because it just caused most of the British to make the Germans run far behind. Of course, that's allowed. But let's go ahead and take this left flank. Looks like they managed to take out the tanks. These guys are seriously causing damage to those enemy troops. They have to take out this guy very quickly. Of course, I'm gonna have to move these guys, mostly because I don't want them to get stuck. Sometimes they get stuck, either they get shot down before they make it, or maybe they just decide not to move. I'm sorry, you can't see most of the battle. There's a lot of explosions going on. Looks like their bombardment of the artillery bombard is being a little bit successful. There was this one time when they just got too accurate. Looks like a plane crashed over here. I don't know where that came from. These guys do have anti-tank riflemen. I think an anti-tank rifleman shot at that tank there. They've got us pinned down! Oh man, those guys are going to have a field day with those tanks. They just have so many tanks, it's just so... There are just too many troops on the field for the tanks to be able to choose just one troop. Now, how did this get damaged? This is very loud. I don't know if you can hear me, but it looks like they managed to take out more of the anti-tank artilleries. Oh, they actually managed to take out a... mortar guy. It looks like some of the troops over here got stuck this way. Ooh, I wonder what hit this one. Was it the artillery? It was probably the artillery. That artillery is just going to keep on firing. Yeah, some of these tanks have some very, very good defensive areas. Why is this tanker facing that way? You should not be facing that way. You should be facing this way. Yeah, it looks like they finally took out one of those menaces. The tanks are actually this tank is completely taken. I don't know how many guys this guy's taken out, but wow, he took out 4 tanks. He's really owning that play. Yeah, I gotta get these out of the way. I don't want them getting stuck. I'm surprised this guy's not shooting at the British that are literally right in front of him. Ooh. Looks like they disabled that guy finally. He's just taking his time to take out those British troops. That guy's taking out a lot of British. Yep, there's a German graveyard. This is strange. The Germans should have shown up by now. Oh, wait. Spoke too soon. Here comes the German troops. With this support, they should be able to push the British. Oh, they actually managed to take this one out. It's weird because I tested this a while ago, and this tank was probably one of the last tanks to have been left alive. So it's interesting to see that one to have survived. And this tank has very good cover over here, so we shouldn't have any trouble taking out those tanks. Over here, it's still a graveyard. They desperately need to take out this tank right here that's been holding them back. Looks like they managed to take out this tank successfully. Ooh, looks like that artillery just completely destroyed this depot over here. That would have been nice to see, but unfortunately, it got taken out. They still got some active. They still have a lot of their British tanks out. Actually need some Germans to take out this tank right here, because it's completely preventing the Germans from pushing forward. Is just hammering them. Oh, but it's still alive though. Not anymore. Oh, here comes another German wave. Maybe this will help them. Not too sure. Oh, that thing's just felling them as they come right over that hill. Here they come! Oh, they still have anti-tanks too. Looks like they hit one of the tanks over here now. love hearing those little tractor tanks shooting. They can actually take out a Panzer IV if you put them in the right angle. I learned that the hard way. This area over here looks like they finally took out that tank, which has been a thorn in the German side. But they still got two of these anti-infantry tanks. Again, with these tanks over here, I actually don't think that they'll be able to spawn even more of those light tanks. I think they're Panzer Is or something. Look at this graveyard. Now, looks like this little tank over here is getting repaired. And they still got these two tanks active. They really need to take those guys out. Rate is so low right now. Oh, this tank has actually been disabled? I didn't notice that. It's actually good news for me. I just love seeing this thing fire. Do they have any troops that can take this guy out? I just want to hope the Germans overnight. Because they should have anti-tank grenades. They don't appear to have it. Here comes another tank. They missed! Ah, but they got him. Looks like someone hit this tank right over here. So that's going to help the Germans on the left a little bit. However, the center, almost just about every game, the center always holds till the last man. Those tanks are getting dangerous. Yeah, this tank's disabled, that's not gonna do anything to anybody. I don't know why this guy is facing behind, but it's not gonna really help anybody. Go take this guy out. Man, they got so many tanks covering the flanks of these guys. It's unreal. Frame rate's really low. It looks like, I guess the Germans aren't really pushing really hard. The Germans have right now is the hill. You might be able to do it. Take that guy out. Ah, they penetrated. Just need to take out those two tanks. Germans are still having trouble pushing. Look at the amount of bodies. Most of them are from all the way down there. I kind of want to help them out because they haven't been able to push very far. These tanks aren't really firing. They're actually still holding. But that artillery is still going on. There's still just a sea of British troops on this side. And there's just a perfect line over here, too. How do none of you have AT grenades? Hey, you. I'll control you. You can move in. Help those German troops, because you're actually not getting anywhere. I'm actually surprised that these guys aren't getting anywhere. I just want to help them out. Just got taken out. Looks like they managed to take out one of the tanks here. It might help them, or it might not. They still got a tank over here, and just one tank over here. Yeah, that tank's gonna just watch that fight over there. This is interesting. The Germans are actually still struggling to move forward. You do not need to turn that way. These guys out. I really am. Did you get it? No? I think I got it. Yeah, I disabled it! I saved a lot of German lives today. I missed. Sorry, I'm just gonna let them be now. Just... I'm gonna try. No more helping them out. I want to see if the Germans can actually win this battle. What on earth is this guy doing? He's right there, shoot him! Yeah, it looks like this German advance has been brought to a complete standstill. It's kind of sad, really. Because last time, the Germans managed to completely take this area and just got stuck on the sides. But this time, they've barely been able to push. It's too bad. It seems like every game I play, the ones who won either overwhelmingly or just won in a close battle, it seems to change it seems to change every time I decide to record the video, because the Germans were able to completely disable this area right here. But now that appears to not be the case. Like, the Germans are stuck. They're really stuck. Some of the Germans aren't really moving. And British. Oh man. I'm so sorry, you guys. I wasn't able to help you guys out. Maybe try to help them some more, since it doesn't seem like the battle's not going anywhere, so I just want to help them out. That didn't do anything. I'm trying to help you guys. Even the artillery, I think, stopped. Yes! Oh, I missed. That's unfortunate. I have such a bad cold that it's actually really hard for me to speak. Oh, the artillery is still coming in. They've actually taken out a few troops. But it doesn't really appear to be helping. And they still have British hiding there. Well, at the very least, they still got another wave of German troops. So that's good news. I still can't take out that tank right there. Why am I missing these guys? Finally got him. Yes, maybe now the battle will go somewhere. Maybe this time troops will actually start charging forward. It looks like this place it's actually been shredded. It must have been the artillery. They still have a few. They have a lot of troops. Okay, this guy's not helping anybody. I need to get him to move. No, wait, stop. There are troops right there. They have grenades. But now it appears to be. I don't know what this tank is doing. It's just sitting around there. He's getting shot at by an anti-tank rifleman. Seriously, there's an enemy right there. Why don't you shoot him? What are you doing? Ooh. That must have been an artillery strike. Okay, you're not going to do anything. He wasn't even reloading. Ah, excuse me. My nose is kind of stuffed. I think there are still troops over here. Oh, this thing's still up? That's amazing. But the British still have a very, very good foothold in this area. What are you... Oh, this... I see. Are you going to shoot at anybody or not? Shoot him. There you go. Oh, where's that man? Oh, here he is. Are those two anti-tank riflemen? They are, aren't they? No, wait, that's a brain gunner. So that artillery isn't really helping the Germans very much. They did take out a few defenses, but the Germans are still struggling to push these guys. I wonder if this guy can... Oh wait, it's empty. Do any of these guys have anti-tank grenades? None of them appear. Oh, here's one. So the Germans are able to push a little bit, but they really do not want to move, do they? Maybe that'll help. These guys had to push, because nothing's happening right now. Oh, this battle is just going to keep going. Here's this. I think I may have pierced it. I'm trying really hard to help these guys out. Okay, fine. Seriously, this tanker's not really helping anyone. This one got abandoned. There's a lot of abandoned tanks, actually. Yeah, those Germans are still not pushing. Like, it's a complete standstill. I'm trying to find tanks that refuse to move, but it's mostly... Why don't you repair your tank? You repair your tank if you can. Let's see. I'm just gonna have people go into this. Actually, maybe you can go in there. These 5cm tanks don't really do much. Looking for 10cm or 7.5cm tanks that I can get the troops in. Here's one. Come on, get in there. Save your tank. I can't even move. How's it stuck? Oh, I see. It got phased into... Whoops. It got phased into the wall somehow. There. Now you can move around. That one got taken out by that tank hiding over there. This guy... What's he doing exactly? He's not doing anything. This guy needs to get back into the game. Like, last time I didn't really have to help them. but I guess the British got too lucky. Especially since most of the artillery is hitting over here and not over here. I mean, their artillery managed to take out a few. But they're not getting direct hits, especially on the tanks. Because the British were really able to hold. Like, really able to hold with all those tanks and everything. They just had way too many tanks covering each other. Like, they had a anti-infantry tank right here and an anti-tank right here. That really caused a number on the troops here. Usually this thing gets taken out by just the infantry when they throw anti-tank grenades. Well, okay, nothing's really been happening. I guess at this point the Germans would either retreat or they'd be told to stay there and just let the artillery keep shooting. And then they would probably engage the next day to finish off the British, but I guess you could say if this was the second day or so, they would successfully have gotten probably 30,000 troops to escape, maybe? I don't know. And the next day, more British troops would be able to escape. Excuse me. But yeah, that's it. We're ending it. So anyway, I do hope that you liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe for more. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and good day.